Hey guys, so the day after Sunday I didn't really I didn't do anything. I was gonna go back to the show to like see if I can still be the enforcer and stuff, but I didn't even like I didn't even I wasn't up for it anymore. So um yeah. uh like I guess I have to tell you guys the whole, like, my voice is way better now, so I could tell you guys really fast what happened through that whole day. I already said it in the last video, but like this is a better version and a quicker version. So start off when we arrived. I arrived like 1 o'clock, and there's like everybody was there. Like the 6 people in front of me were there. They were sleeping. We went, like, a few of us took naps and stuff like that. Then I remember from the day before people telling me that at like 7 o'clock or so he like knocked on a door and then he played music and he was crying. So I was like, okay, that's cool. So pretty much when 7 o'clock hit, I was like, I wonder if he's gonna do that thing. And I was telling him about it, and then he like knocked on the door, and I was so tired at the time I didn't even remember this happening. But somebody said, yeah, he did say this. And then he said, good morning, right when he knocked on the door. And I was like, because I remember saying, good morning, Shia, because I think I just said that because he knocked on the door. But, yeah, so, like, I said, then I sat down, and, then he played the first song, as you see. If you watched the video yesterday, you'll know what I'm talking about. He played the first song, and then he, like, slammed the thing closed. He, like, looked down and closed it. And then I was like, I wonder if he's gonna do that, because he didn't cry, he didn't do anything else other people said he did. So I was like, I wonder if he's gonna come back again. So like he did come back again, like 8:50 or something, like, well, what was it, 7:50 or something like that. And this time he put his finger through, and he was wearing the tuxedo in the back, and then the girl like held his finger, and then if you follow me on Instagram, you see a picture I took of the girl holding his finger. And then after that one, he closed it again. And then I was looking through, because I was like 8:50 was coming around, and I was looking through, and I was like, and I got this thing, the mail slot thing on the inside stuck. So I was like, oh snap! So I was trying to fix it, and a girl was looking through when I was trying to fix it, and she was like, yo, he's coming. And I was like, what? So I was trying to get it done. I was like, I just pulled my hand out, and then I pulled it, lifted it up, and I was like, is he still there? And she said, yes. I looked under. I saw him there, and that's when you see the video start again. When you saw the bottle in the bag, and he sat down. Hold on. I'm not even gonna edit this. I just need to know the video's still running, because then sometimes my camera turns off, and that wouldn't be good. Yeah. So, am I in there? Yeah. So, I really need to see. I'm just gonna put this here. Oh wow, balance. Cool. Yeah, so then let me hurry up. I already have 2 minutes. Is it 2 minutes? It's 3 minutes. Okay, yeah, so then he came back again, he was doing that, and then that's when he was crying at the time that it's the time that he came when I saw him sitting down there. Then he sat down and he was crying, and I was looking back at the people, and I was like, do they not even like know he's crying? Because I think I told them that he was crying, and like none of them even like looked to even try and like they didn't even like try and say anything like, oh, are you okay? They didn't even say anything. They're all trying to get pictures, and they're all like just crowding, and I was just like, yo, this dude just needs somebody to like help him right now. So I was just like, okay, let me put my hand through. So I put my hand through, and then right when I put my hand through, he like grabbed it like right away. Like it was like this is where the mail slot was, and like put my hand through, and then like he just grabbed it. He was holding on real tight, and I was like, what? Like it blew my mind. I was like, oh my god. So then it was a little while of that, and he was like, and the song ended, and he like let go. He just let go of my hand. I like pulled it back through. I looked down, then he pulled the iPad back, and I like lifted the thing up again, because then when he pulled the iPad out, we were like holding it up, but it dropped down low, so I lifted it up, and then he like started to walk away, so that's when I put my camera out and put it next to the thing so people could see. And then when he was walking, I was like, let me just start taking pictures. I was like, click, 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 click. So I have like 7 pictures of him getting up and walking away, and going to a table and putting a bottle of Jack Daniels down. And and then after that, then he came back again. But then the security was there already, and he was telling us not to be by the door. So then it was just, after that, it was the time that I'd just wait until I had to go in. So people were going through, and people were taking a while, the day that I went in. And like, it was crazy, because people were taking a long time, and like, by the time I got in there, it was already like, that was number 7. Number 7, the day that I didn't get in, was in the first hour, but she took the longest. It was crazy, because people went in and they were like 5 minutes, 7 minutes. But like number 7, when I was there, it was crazy. She took a long time. But everybody took a long time. It was like 1 o'clock when I went in. And I got in, and then the girl asked me what I wanted, and I looked around, and I picked what I wanted to pick, which was the bottle of Jack, the whiskey. And I picked that, and then for a certain reason, which I'm not gonna tell you guys, it was a personal reason I wanted to talk to him about. And then I went inside, and then as I got inside, he had the bag on. He had at this point, the bag was ripped right here. So then I was like, okay. So I sat down. And I took a minute before I started talking. And I started talking, and I was telling him about a bunch of stuff. And you can see, since the bag was ripped all the way to down here, I was telling him some stuff, and I was telling him stuff about my life and about him, and he started smiling, because I was telling him about my mother watching Even Stevens with me, and talking about him, and the biggest smile came in his face. He was smiling, and then I talked for a while. I told in the beginning I actually told him not to take the bag off. I was like, don't take the bag off. I want to take it off at a certain point, because I want to talk about something. Which, if you watch the video, you know what I'm talking about. It was the taking off the mask and all that stuff. So I talked about a bunch of stuff, talked about everything, and then we laughed. He would respond to me and stuff like that. And I was and then I took the mask. I took the bag off, and I put it on the ground. I didn't put it on the table. I put it on the ground. I told him. So I was telling him about my mask and all that stuff. And then I started crying, because it was emotional. It was an emotional time. So I told him that, and it was great. I was it was just hard to talk about it, and I was and then I just started. It was hard to talk about it, but then after I saw his face, he was with me when I was talking about it. He just kept he was crying, and I was crying. It was and I just kept going with it, and then I already talked about the vlog. I talked about you guys, and then he that's when I pulled up. It was a while after I talked about the mask thing. It was a while after I told him, yo, can I just take a video real quick to talk to my audience about this? I took out the vlog camera, and then he what he did was I started the video, and I turned the camera around towards me, and I asked him if I could just record myself. So then he took the camera from me. He reached out and just took the camera from me, and then pulled it back and looked down, and then he framed it up good, and then he looked up at me. We were looking at each other the whole time. And then I looked down, and I looked up, I looked down at you guys, and I looked up, and every time every time I said something that hit him, he would give me a reaction above the camera. He would smile, and when I said I'm happy now, he smiled, and it was cool. It was cool to see that. So yeah, pretty much. And after I finished the video, I reached for the camera. I cut this part out. I reached for the camera, and I stopped, and I reached for the camera again, and then he put the camera down, because I could have asked him oh, could you show yourself or something like that, but I didn't want to do that. I didn't feel like doing that anymore. And I went through all of that, and I was just man, this is what I wanted to do. So then we talked about a few more things, and then I was done. I was oh, okay, I guess that's it. That's it. That's all I had to say. And then I was I went for a handshake, and our hands touched, And I was like, man, like I got up, like I just said man, and I got up, and like he got up really fast, and like he just grabbed me for a hug, and like we hugged on the side of the table, and like we were just hugging for a while. It was like a strong hug. He has like a really strong hug, and and then we were finished with the hug. Like after like a minute, it was a long hug. We were finished with the hug, and then like he hit his chest and he hit me, like he was like that, and like he had his like serious face on. He was just like that. And like I was like I had tears in my eyes, and he had tears in his eyes too. And then like we I was about to leave, and I turned back around, and I was telling him about the people outside. I was like, I'm gonna leave because there's people outside who want to wait, who are waiting for you. But I like you have to know there's people out there who also want to like mess with you. There's one guy who even said he's gonna stand on the table. I was like, I don't even like I just don't like how they don't even see you as a real person, and they just won't even like care. So like just don't even. I was like, don't even mind them. Don't even like. Just do what you're doing. Stay forward and do exactly what you're doing, man. And like then he smiled and he was like, yeah, no, like, and then like we were shaking hands that whole time. I forgot to say that. We were shaking hands the whole time. He was like holding my hand really tight. It was weird. But yeah, he was shaking my hand the whole time. And he was had it really tight. And then like when we let go of the handshake, and I was like, yeah, just forget about them, man. Do what you're doing. Just I'm sorry for them, but just forget what they're doing. And we let go, and then like, he got back up really fast, and he gave me another hug. He pulled me in for a hug, and he hugged for like even longer than the first time, which was like a minute. And this time it was like 2 minutes, 2 minutes for like a minute and a half. I don't even know. It was just for a while. And then we let go again, and he hit me 3 times. He was like hit me, and he's like, I was like, okay, man. I was like, okay, I gotta go. And then I walked. I left. And I looked back, and he was standing on the table. And since I put the bag on the ground, which I didn't tell you guys before, I put the bag on the ground. I didn't want to put it near him, because I was like my whole message was about the masking. And I put it on the ground. I was like, no, we're like done with that. I'm like, yeah. So like that's pretty much happened. And then that's it. And then Ronnie told me he talked to him when he went inside. He said he smiled because he told told Shia that I came out and I was talking to Maxine again. And all this stuff, and he said he smiled, and he like had a warm smile on his face, and I was like, thank you for doing that, thank you for telling him. Like, you didn't have to, but I like, yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And well, guys, as I saw today, all in the sky was another message, and it said start creating. So. Yep, as Shai said, start creating. It's now done, the show's done. Let's all get back to what we have to do and start creating. Thank you guys for watching, and subscribe, like the videos, and let's move on from here, man. That's all we can do. Keep dreaming, guys. Keep dreaming.